Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chef's Meal, where we talk about whatever and never and everything else in between.
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but if change one.
Welcome to the Chef's Meal. My name is Casey.
My name is Sean, and we are two chefs making our way through this very corona world, one finished plate at a time.
We're going to talk about a few things all together today.
Yeah.
But we're actually filming at nighttime. How does it feel, Sean?
It feels better,
right?
Because
I'm
awake. Yeah, I'm awake, and I ate dinner, and I feel like I have energy to go.
You have a whole bunch more energy than usual.
Yeah, instead of drinking tea, I got some OJ.
Okay, real quick. I know some of our listeners are probably wondering, like, how does it feel to be in New York City without all the hustle and bustle?
It's very weird. It's very weird. Obviously we're all around the world and, all around the country we're dealing with, coronavirus related shutdowns and stay in place orders. And obviously being in New York, it's always, or up until recently, it's always like hustling and bustling. There's always people moving around. Even in my part of Brooklyn, which is residential, like there's no apartment buildings within, 4 or 5 blocks, or actually that's not true, it's probably one about 2 blocks away. Like usually you hear something, like even right now it's 10:30 our time, and there would be cars going by, you would hear something and someone walking by. I live very close to a public school and not too far away from Brooklyn College, and just nothing.
Wow.
Like it's eerily silent, and in the distance you might hear like a car. Generally I hear like police sirens, and not any more than usual. But life is different.
No, it really is. Did they pass the mandate in New York already? Like, you guys have a curfew at 9?
No, we don't have a curfew, but you could tell that everyone's activity is already down. Some of the stuff that's in place for us is similar to like other places around the country. So, they really want you to stay in place, pretty much stay inside, not go to hospitals unless you're exhibiting a few of the symptoms of, coronavirus. If you're gonna be outside, you should only be going to places that like have essential services like the supermarket, or the pharmacy, and when you're there, you should be, practicing best habits, wearing gloves if you have, maintaining a safe distance, and so for me, like I'd pretty much been in the house from Tuesday of last week, and then like Thursday, I took the baby out. We went for like a walk because it was beautiful. It was like 75
Yeah, it was
degrees.
nice out. Yeah.
Luckily, my wife is able to work from home. I am not that fortunate because of, what we do, right? But Sunday I decided to go out and do some shopping, and pretty much here's my experience. So the local, like most of the things are shut down.
Yeah.
Most restaurants are shut down except for the ones that can do
takeout, right?
Takeout or delivery.
Wow.
The local supermarkets kind of had like lines in front, and they had employees outside kind of like spacing people out, partially is because they're smaller. So like, to maintain safe distance for people to, do their shopping inside, they got to limit the amount of people that are inside. When we went to the market, they pretty much had most of the stuff that we were looking for. The stuff that they didn't have any toilet paper.
Of course not.
No paper, like literally no paper towels. In the supermarket, it was like one of the larger ones, like ShopRite. They had signage up that said like you could only buy one chicken product per person.
Per household?
Like, per household.
Oh, wow.
And for frozen like vegetables, you could only buy 4.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. It was just different, and some of like we went inside a restaurant, and some of the smaller stores, like they had taped off lines like in their like waiting areas so that you could mark off about 6 feet from each other.
Yeah.
And like after shopping, my wife and I were just like we were hungry and we hadn't been out the house in forever, right? So we stopped at like Popeyes. We're just like, all right, if we're gonna be out, we're outside.
Not
now,
Olive Garden.
No one, right? No, no Olive Garden. When we get in there, like there's like the people that are working there. There's one lady at the register. There's one dude who's over by like the soda machines. And when we walked inside, to make our order, the lady behind the register was like, "Well, are you guys together?" And we're just like, "Yeah." They're like, "Well, there can only be 3 of you here."
Oh, wow.
And there's already 2 people, so they told they were like, "Well, one of you could wait," and we're just like, "All right, we'll wait outside." And then when the lady finished her order, then we went inside and ordered. I mean, it's completely different. Popeyes in particular. The closest one to me is on like Empire Boulevard, and there's like a major train station over there, and a lot of apartment buildings, and it's always busy, like all day. It's always busy. There's people making their orders, people playing, like just homeless people there. Like it's just holding the door. Like it's completely different, and it's kind of crazy to see how much that has changed in a very, very short time.
Well, I mean, even like you'll hear in the media like how it spreads and stuff, but like they don't show you what's up. Like my wife, she works at the hospital. She tells me like some things. I'm just like, like just don't touch your face. Pretty much, literally, it is. Wash your hands,
which is hard to do because I mean, right now you're touching your face.
I'm touching my face right now. Absolutely.
Like it's just like it's a hard to change those habits, and I think if everyone is taking this as seriously as possible, by being forced to do it, hopefully people will not be doing it, on the other end of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you also seen this thing? It made me kind of gag for a second. I saw on Twitter, I think it was a few days ago, someone did a challenge where they were licking freaking hand posts and like toilets.
Yeah. See,
like, bro, seriously?
I don't have anything for you. People do a lot of crazy challenges. I mean, I saw one video of a young lady like licking a toilet seat or something, and another video of a guy like standing in front of his apartment building, and he's like, "Yeah, we not tired, like we're not scared of anything, we be outside." And I'm just like, okay, man, like this isn't the time to prove your bravado. Like you're not gonna win an award for taking risks. Like this is it's not what it's about. Like this
they'll get an award, though, right?
Yeah, the award is hopefully their health insurance, if they have it, will cover them when they're dealing with this disease, or even if it's not them, like it'll be a family member or someone who was close enough to them and isn't healthy enough to deal with what this disease will bring upon them, and I don't want that for anybody, which is why, and do our part.
No, I'm with you. I've been quarantined for the past, was it 8 days now? 9 days?
Yeah.
9 days, about 9 days. I haven't left the house. Or rather, I left one time to go to my mother's house, but that's about it. I didn't do anything. Just been here, cleaning, playing video games. That's it. Every once in a while, I'll text people. Yeah. I did go to the restaurant one final time to pick up some food. Because instead of them just throwing it out, they were giving it to staff, which is what you should do.
Yeah, that's what we did at our restaurant too.
Yeah, you don't want to just throw away thousands of food.
We pretty much kept everything that was non-perishable, and most of the things that were in our freezer, and almost everything else, went out with somebody, in someone's hands.
Yeah,
and everything, and then everything beyond that was discarded. But you tried to make the best of a tough situation.
Yeah, I was
Like,
talking
when
to.
did you?
No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I was in a podcast yesterday with a friend of mine, and he was just asking too. Like, this is one of those events where, if you can remember, right, in our lifetimes, we've experienced 9/11, and then this is like another major impact that like globally too. Like, what other, like, it just kind of makes you think what other events might happen in the next, I don't know, average human lifespan is like around 80. So granted, we have another 50 years or so. Hopefully nothing like this happens again. But if you go back to like the 20s to 30s, Prohibition, the big crash
Great Depression.
of Great Depression, the stock
the
market
flu of
crashing, which is
1918.
actually crashing right now too.
Right. Sure. Oh yeah, man. I mean, we were trending toward a recession anyway, and obviously
now it's hit.
Yeah, the impact of this was very, very fast, and obviously lots of people are affected. I mean, you and I both know, when trying to go to like the unemployment website for New Jersey, and it was like completely crashed.
Yeah.
And you kind of had to work around that to kind of handle business, but still, it sucks. Like,
oh, it definitely
it
sucks.
was obviously, the disease is one thing, or rather the virus is one thing, and its impact is, felt all around the world. But, as a manager and a team leader, it's like tough to tell your employees, like, yeah, dude, we got to close. Like, we're going to be closed,
Yeah. Can you just
so
imagine that? Like,
yeah.
well, I didn't have to bear that news this time around because I wasn't part of managerial staff, but I could almost feel how they're feeling, and I'm just like, you know what, it's fine, I understand it, but at the same time, like, I feel bad for. I think there was 15 of us in that restaurant in the back of the house, and we don't have jobs, so I don't know.
Right.
Hopefully we do bounce, but it's gonna be rough. How do you feel about how it's going to end up after about 2 months, right? So we'll give or take another month.
Hopefully. I mean, hopefully. That's people say best case scenario, and I like to be an optimist, but honestly, this is bigger than business, and it's bigger than money. Like, at the end of the day, we just need to do what's going to be best for, everyone's survival.
Yeah.
And again, like, fortunately, it seems like, the impact of this disease and virus probably won't impact the health of people roughly in our age range. But, for people older, people younger, people with, compromised immune systems, like, they're at risk. And honestly, I hope that we're able to learn from this to be better prepared for situations like this, in the future.
Now I know you can see my screen right now, and I brought up this man in particular because this dude is the most expensive human being in the planet. Look at this. Yeah. Just the net worth of $113 billion. The dude can end hunger right now. But then again, there was that article literally posted about half a day this morning that they are doing, like, the billionaires are doing some things, but it's not disclosed exactly what it is. But, like,
sure.
Here's the question. I asked it to my wife too. If you had the same net worth as this guy does, 130, or let's round it off, $115 billion net worth, how would you spend your money?
Well, all right. So, I probably wouldn't have as much money because I would have been paying my taxes. But whatever. That's just, that's no shade. I mean, you just figure, like, you could just be doing your part so that when these global crises happen, you are always making your contribution so that there would be more funds to kind of redistribute and allocate to the places and circumstances that call for it. But that's just me, you know. Again, like, I don't want to make this like a political thing, but but sure, obviously, if I were to wake up tomorrow and have that sum of money, I mean, yes, I would be trying to use my resources to reach out to the people that I would trust to make good decisions if I wasn't already moving in that capacity, and then you know, try to make the best use of my resources for the greater good, you know. I mean, I think that's like right now is the best good you could do. Like that's it's just the greater good, because obviously, you know, one thing about this virus is, you know, they're really upfront about the celebrities and people, the people of notoriety that have been afflicted. And I think it kind of goes out of the way to kind of show you that if you're rich or successful or popular, like, you're not exempt from at least carrying this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, like, with that in mind, and the amount of like contact that we all come in contact with, you know, and the way that this thing can spread and exist and, you know, move from places to place and from, you know, all around the world, you would want to, even if you were selfish, like, I would think you'd want to just nip this thing in the bud so that you weren't.
I would afflicted. Absolutely. I absolutely would, because like, and then if you weren't selfish, the average amount of time that the virus or a germ can stay on surfaces, like on your hands, on your clothing, is around like 10 days. Just right. Give that for a second.
You can't tell me that like 10 days in the right conditions, right? So you can't tell me in 2020 there's no place that you couldn't reach on this earth in that amount of time.
Absolutely.
Like,
that's what's scary right now.
You know, that's what's scary, right? It's like a package shipped from here to wherever is gonna get there, you know, unless it's shipping by EMS. I swear, man. I think EMS, they must like put things on a boat, send it to Mars, and then figure it back around.
Like, just quarantine it over there. We're good.
Yeah, but as long as you're not going by EMS, you're going to get your package somewhere around the world in less than 10 days.
I've also been watching... I want to pull it up, but I don't think I can. I was in a good old Instagram, right? I was kind of just scrolling by, and there's a lot of celebrities. Obviously, everybody's home. Like, we're all quarantined at home. Yeah. But they're doing their part to keep creative, per se. Yeah. And keep creative, keep people entertained, keep relevant. It's interesting to see how technology in this crisis is kind of maintains social links. Yeah. You know, like, I mean, I can tell you for sure that my time with my phone and on social media increased tenfold, significantly. I mean, yeah, I told you last week, like, I don't know, my average screen time, it was like 3 hours a day. Yeah. And it's up to like 5.5. Yeah. Almost 100%. Right. Yeah. That's crazy. Most of the time is like, you know, talking to friends, you know, just sending text messages, the group chat with work, or, on Twitter, and very light Instagram and Reddit. And yeah, like you said, like, people are using those platforms to reach out in all sorts of ways. I see people doing grassroots organization to like raise money for different affected people. Yeah. I see celebrities doing their kind of awareness for social distancing. You see some people doing mini concerts, or I saw this one, Debbie Allen, actress and choreographer. She had like a little web stream, you know, and was, you know, people are tuning in, or some DJs are doing live sets and reaching out to all these people. And I mean, it's kind of cool to see these social networks used for these things. And again, I'm curious to see if, you know, humanity will keep up with that same energy, for lack of a better way to say it, you know, I think it post-crisis. I think it will. There's a I wanted to bring this up to you. There's a current shift in the videography space, and this one particularly resides within me because I do a lot of video work. I record quite a bit of footage, no matter what it is, even if it's gameplay or myself or however I record the thing, and to edit it. TikTok, I'm telling you right now, has tripled their users within the past week and a half. Tripled. It was already an astounding amount to begin with, but people are now finding the creativeness in it because it's like snapshots of 30, 40 seconds at a time. I think it's a minute max, I think, that you can post. And then you can fairly slice up the video on their end, and it's fairly simple and easy to use. And then you just send it out and people watch it. So I think...
Yeah, I mean, I'm like seeing through, again, I'm not on TikTok, but, but on the networks that I'm on, I'm seeing a lot more TikTok content than I've ever been exposed to.
Yeah. I kind of enjoy it. I don't mind it, especially the cat videos. And dog videos,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what I do on my Instagram. I literally just like watch cat and dog videos, and then I send it to my wife. Speaking of which, I have to send you one. Yeah. The most amazing cat video ever.
Alrighty.
But you need to see it, obviously. I don't know what the name of it, so I can't really pull it up on screen. But I'm not gonna spoil it for you. You'll just see it when we do get into it. But do we want to take a stab at your Tech Tuesday real fast? Tech Tuesday.
Yeah, so again, it's Sean's Tech Tuesday. Sean's Tech Tuesday.
Feel like
so
giggity
giggity. To kind of like tie into the coronavirus again, because obviously it's affecting everyone's lives, and obviously it's affecting the propagation of technology. Since everyone is quarantined and since everyone is home, we're actually seeing peak internet usage all around the world.
All over
the world. And, different parts of the world are reaching out to big tech companies to kind of help with the infrastructure load. So already in Europe, they're asking YouTube and Netflix to kind of run things at standard definition bit rates because everyone is home. If everyone's at home trying to stream high def video, it slows down the internet.
Everybody's on.
Like I said, even in my household. Yeah, even in my household, during the day with my wife doing her business remotely with multiple web streams going, as she's reaching out to all of her coworkers and teleconferencing, and me and the baby here watching TV and through the internet, like it's put a considerable strain on our internet capacity. And I could definitely tell you I've had to reset my modem way more than I've ever had to do it before. And and just from my network management, I don't even really think it's really because of what we're doing in the household, but just more so, like the local network node is probably at capacity because everyone is home. Everyone is home.
Absolutely. Even my bandwidth, like I test my speed almost like every other week or so just to see how fast it was. But I was curious. I usually get around 240 megabits, right? That's pretty damn fast.
It's really quick.
That's
I'm right
on
around
par
like
with pretty much the quickest. Yep. Right. But nowadays I'm only maxing out around 160, 170, and I can feel it.
Yeah.
Like you upload stuff to YouTube. And take forever.
Still plenty quick. Yeah, I mean, like Xbox Live has gone down a few times this week as everyone is home. I mean, when they're developing these networks, they know how many customers that they have, and they know that there are peak times when internet usage is going to be highest. The United States is going to be from, 4 p.m. to probably around like 9:30, 10 p.m. And then, it's going to kind of trail off as you kind of get to, 10 p.m. on the West Coast. And then, pick up again the next day, in the morning. And But now again, everyone is home.
Everyone's using
services. Yeah, I mean, another story here about how the major movie studios that they've been kind of canceling theatrical releases of some of their films and postponing them, and also they've been kind of releasing those first run stuff to Amazon and iTunes quicker because everyone is home. Like you have these like captive audiences. Even streaming services like Disney Plus, they just put out Frozen 2, which wasn't scheduled to come out for a while because everyone is home.
Yeah, man. Like we need to get through it somehow, right? I saw this morning, because I follow him, Mr. Glover, streamed his full album this morning. Yeah. That was amazing. Yeah. And that was like a whole feel altogether. Like I dig that sound. It's like more synthy, like synthy bop kind of hip hop. Yo, I'm all about it. But there's a lot of that's happening, and I am all for it. I'm trying to compete with the biggest ones by uploading myself on a daily, and I have actually. But it's, this disease is kicking our asses, man. Hopefully nobody in our immediate group of friends, get it. But it's disheartening to hear people, suffering because of it. But it also I also get really annoyed when people are just kind of like nonchalant, don't really care, because like we're trying to contain a thing.
Right. No one would I would like to think that people would rather be at work and living with the normalcy they knew as of 2.5 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But as again, this is the sacrifice that everyone is making. Yeah. To ensure the continued success
of everybody else,
humanity.
Like, how selfish
it's
are
just
you?
Like
right?
I kind of
just want to this is
bigger
not just
than yourself,
dude.
Right? It's like, look, I don't care what you got on or what you think you've contributed to anything. It's like you didn't do it by yourself. Yeah. Again, you as the individual are the product of the union of two individuals. Mm-hmm. And it's like, so again, like you're still, things are bigger than you, and you have to do your part. And the ask is not hard. Just wash your hands.
We've been saying this for months. Like, how hard is that?
Wash your hands. If you're sick, you know what I'm saying? If you're sick, obviously reach out for help with the right faculties. And if not, stay your ass in the house. Just stay inside, eat some food, chill out. Don't be outside.
I do need to, if you have to be outside, run to the groceries again to pick up some more food.
Dude, I mean, obviously, go handle your business and then bring yourself back inside.
Yeah. We can't actually, we have a ban right now in Jersey.
Really?
Yeah, much like you guys have in New York, we can only get 2 things of the same items in the store, and they limit you also with the 6 feet and variants. But the 24/7 stores, I think they have a time frame now because we are on lockdown at 9 p.m. Nobody can go outside, at all.
Interesting. Yeah. We still don't have that here. Yeah, the hard lockdown. But I mean, again, through socialization, it's pretty much like that. We've been recording for a half an hour at this point. I have not heard a car go by, and I'm in New York City. None.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention, I usually do hear some sounds on your end. When we're recording, I don't hear anything.
Nothing. I'm telling you, man. Eerie. Normally we record in the mornings, and inside baseball, we usually start recording about 6:45 in the morning, and then by the time we're wrapping up, it's close to 8. And like I said, there's a public school across the street, and usually by the time we're recording, all the background noise is all the parents pulling up and dropping off their kids, and their kids, they're screaming. They got a little yard outside, and kids are running around and playing. It's actually pretty cool, and it's so eerie to not have that. In New York City, they do open some of the schools, like my school, or the school across the street from me is one of which, where if you need it, they do provide free breakfast and lunch. I know for sure breakfast, but I'm not sure lunch. But let's say both. where you can, you can bring your kids and get like,
to get a meal.
To get a meal, because a lot of people, even beyond this virus, are not in the position to, provide meals for their families, all day. And, even, from my window, I can see, it's a few families here. That's it.
That's it.
That's
as it should, though. Stay home.
Yeah.
And like if my wife can hear this right now, she'd be like, stay home. Don't even mess around. She was seeing some stuff. She looks like she came back from war every time she goes into to the, not I was gonna say office, but to the hospital.
Sure.
All the cases are being handled here actually in Hackensack Med. So we have most of the patients that are like, it's tough. It's a pulmonary thing, respiratory thing. So like eventually you'll stop breathing. That's like the main gist of the disease, the virus. It's not a good sight to see. But other than that though, that pretty much does our weekly Tuesday feels. We'll go on ahead and we'll actually just keep on going into the next one, into the Monshushu news.
Okay, cool.
There's not a lot of food news because production is shut down.
Yeah, man.
There's nothing new happening. There's nothing.
Well, I have a question for you.
Answer.
What is your go-to Corona quarantine snack?
Ooh, mac and cheese.
Okay.
I'm lactose intolerant, Sean.
Oh, man, you just like, look, I ain't going outside. I can tear it up. I guess you got a secret supply of toilet paper at your crib.
I don't.
Oh, no.
So here's the thing. So check this out. Last Monday, when the news hit Jersey, be like, boom, we have the first one. I think it was the Fort Lee guy that got it. Everybody freaked the hell out. So I decided to go to BJ's, which is a big, like a Costco kind of thing, here Thursday, right? Not knowing anything, I didn't really care. I'm not paying attention as much. I get to the parking lot. I'm like, feels like a Saturday. Like, what's going on? There's a lot of cars. I didn't think anything of it. I go inside. I have my little bag. Sean, as soon as I walk in, I've never seen this place like this. I turn around the corner because you can see the lines right away. Bro, it was like, see the back. And this was the Monday that the news spread. Now I actually needed like toilet paper. Like we had one roll left in the building.
That's dangerous.
That's all I had.
Those are scary hours, man.
A small pack, dude. I just wanted a small pack. That's all I wanted. People were bugging out, and they had like 5 or 6. Now I'm not one to judge people, right? I'm not gonna go like, hey, how dare you? I'm gonna judge you. You should give me one. That's not me. That's not my.
Right. That's
not my prerogative. I tried to go find myself one. I couldn't find it. So now I leave. I go to H Mart, which is across the way that way.
Sure.
They didn't have it. Also, I'm like, oh man, okay. There's only one other shop that kind of has it, which is ShopRite.
Okay.
I didn't go to ShopRite, and again, Sean, it was like Thanksgiving inside. It was just lines, not the stalls, I think the checkout lines, right? All the booths open. I get to the back, and they actually had what I thought was paper, tissue paper, was paper towel. All they had was paper towel. I thought it was tissues. I'm like, okay, great. I literally just need that one item. I walk out. This woman stops me. She's like, well, now you're gonna be safe. You have your toilet paper. I'm like, ma'am, like I really do need it. Like I only have one roll in the house. I don't know what these people are bugging out for. It's not like you're gonna need 6 or 7 cases of these. You're not gonna go through it in a 3 or 4 month period. Not even.
Amen.
I think like a 10 roll lasts us, I don't know, 5 months between the both of us here.
But I figured like you'll go through. Well, I would assume you'd go through it quicker because now you would be home.
Not really.
Okay.
Okay. So here's another fact for you, Sean. Okay. A normal human being's body system. When you eat, you shit. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Sure.
However, that's if your system is fully functioning like this goddess of a body that I have, right? I eat, I usually shit within, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, right?
Okay.
That's just how my system works. It's phenomenal. It's amazing.
Yeah. Right.
So I limit my eating between, because I'm still intermittent fasting, so I only eat after like 17 or 18 hours. I have like a 4-hour window, so that's the only time I eat. And I usually go about one time. That's it. The entire day. Okay. So for me, one a day, Sean, my wife, one a day, maybe also. I don't know her body. She also forbids me to ask her how her body functions. I'm like, babe, we're in this together. We're fine.
She's gonna write you a letter on her deathbed. She was like, Casey, I wanted to tell you all this time. I actually don't poop. Or I only poop at my parents' house. I leave the apartment for a few hours. I say I'm going to the gym, but I'm just going to poop. That's all I go.
She probably does. She's not telling me. However, and then one other thing was, I was like, babe, listen, I know I'm trying to be funny, but if I do go before you, can you just invite all my cooks, have a whiteboard, and just have an 86 on it, and just say, Chef Casey, please, everybody will know what it is, and just have in unison heard. And that's all I want. Everybody go out.
That's it. That's your eulogy?
That is it. Be like,
86 Casey.
Chef, 86 Chef, heard, and then everybody out. That's all I want. Nice and quick. Takes 2 seconds. Not even. You don't even have to dress in your whites. Please.
Okay.
That would honor me.
Heard.
Dress in your whites. That's it. But anyway, you wouldn't go through all those paper towel or toilet papers in like a 3-month span, dude. There's no need to get 3 or 5 or 6 of these cases.
I mean, what if you're what's the best way to say this? What if you're just particular about your intolerant? Yeah, or no? What if you're just particular about your business? What if you don't want to touch, and because you don't want to touch, you just use it more?
So what, you make a glove?
Every time you handle your business, it's like a ghost. It just breezed by you, and
that's fair.
it's a secret between your hand and whatever was in the toilet.
That's fair.
You don't know.
That's fair. I knew a person in college that makes a glove.
Right, and
on their hand.
I will say, okay, so while I don't know anyone in particular who does that, I will definitely say I've been in public bathroom circumstances where you're in a stall and then someone's in a stall next to you or one over or whatever, and you just hear that roll spinning. You're like, what is going on over there?
Maybe they're dying. I don't know.
I look, man, maybe they were just getting ready for the Rona. They're just stuffing that public roll in their pockets, They are the wisest among us. Hoarding for
you will
this
never know.
Unfortunate time. You'll never know.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so world of food news real quick. Let's begin into the scene.
Okay.
Like I said, there's nothing going on. There's some articles, but the innovation is now all just hearsay until they can put this together and work on it, because all is shut down, right? Nothing is shut. However, this is my favorite right now. This was March 16th, all right? This was about a good week ago, right before the hectic goes. March 16th, you can now get Spam fries because there's no such thing as too much canned meat. I love Spam, as you know this. I'm a Spam connoisseur. There's 6 cans in my cupboard right now because they're amazing. My wife still won't eat it. All the more glory for me. I love it.
I'll say
How do you feel about this?
Things about the Mon Shushu news for everyone, and this is a great time to remind everyone that this is in addition to audio, this is also a video podcast, so you should check out the video from time to time. But it's part of my favorite thing is because I never know what the Mon Shushu news is before we do it, and usually we go through and there's a whole bunch of web links like Casey has up right now with all sorts of random products, and then there's always the pictures of the food, and it always blows my mind. So right now we're looking at fry-shaped pork fritters.
Yes.
These are Spam fries.
Spam fries. How excited are
They
you
look
right
like
now, Sean?
mozzarella sticks with ham.
Yo, if you just wrap pork in its goodness, fried it, that's what you get. It's like the isn't it KFC the with the chicken fingers, the fry fingers? Is that KFC?
Yeah. I mean, lots of places have chicken finger
fries,
so I guess so. Yeah. Wow.
Like, look, it's a thing, Sean. It's a fucking
I love
thing,
that
dude.
It says it also
I'm
says
fucking
there's
getting this
about
right now. I'm telling you right now. As soon as quarantine is gone, I'm gonna hunt for this
servings.
shit, and I'm gonna
I
let
don't
you know.
think you're gonna have to hunt for them. I feel like
It's in the
wherever
frozen
they're
aisle,
sold,
Sean. Look at
they
it.
will still be there.
I'm gonna be like one of 20 Asians lining up for this. So check this out. The brand has the Spam fries on his website listed as coming soon. Now, obviously, I don't think it's out just yet. I think this might be on production site, or it might have been like a nearby store from the production. But it's already been spotted in stores. I just don't know it yet. Hopefully, we'll get it here in Jersey. I haven't been out in like a week and a half, so I have no idea. When I do, though, Sean, you're gonna get that text. Be like,
got them Spam fries. I'm like, Casey, throw them over the George Washington Bridge. I'll meet you in Washington Heights to get some Spam fries.
This is my favorite. This is launched about the same time. People are making quarantinis during the coronavirus outbreak, but Emergency is not loving it. Emergency is the vitamin C brand that does like a shot of the nutrient into you, but they're making martinis out of it instead.
Why are they mad?
Have you had a drink yet, Sean, during your quarantine? I mean, this is ingenious. Quarantinis.
It is ingenious, but like, why? I don't understand why Emergency would be mad that people are using their dehydrated orange powder to make martinis. Like, what do they care?
I don't know.
They already bought it.
That is true.
It's already bought.
That is true.
It's just like when what's that stuff? Pedialyte is like a good hangover cure, right? Like, why would, like, I know Pedialyte eventually started to embrace it, but like, why would you be mad at that?
Why would you be mad? Yeah, they already gave you patronage, right? They spend their money. Why would you care?
You know, if it works, like, you're gonna get repeat customers. So
I heard a long time ago. I was watching. I think it was Diners, Drivers, and Dives. A guy was interviewing. I think they were at the Jersey Diners or whatever. I think I might have been a TikTok diner on 22 or in 21, like the big famous one. One of the guy goes, how do you pronounce this word? And it's the gyro, like how you pronounce gyro, whatever the Greek stuff. He goes, gyro, gyro, I don't care. Give me $5. You can call it whatever you want.
Perfect.
Same thing.
Perfect.
Right?
Yes.
It's like, here you go. The point is, here's the food. Enjoy it. You can call it however you like. You're not going to offend me. Here's the good stuff. Just like this thing. I mean, I don't know if that's how they feel about it. If I made it, it'd be like, all the more for it. Make this. This would be on my website. Free advertising.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. McDonald's is testing out hot and spicy McChickens, but they're hard to come by. How do you feel about this, Sean? This is after the whole, what KFC is doing it now, right? But first Popeyes was the big one. The first original was Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I mean, I generally feel like a McChicken sandwich is a less than fast food sandwich.
Mm-hmm. It's $3 for this meal.
Considering they're saying it's like $3 with some fries, hey, man, get your $3 sandwich on. Like, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. Go for it. Go for it.
I feel like it's not real chicken at $3.
No, it's not. But
you know what I'm saying? It's like entrails.
For $3 American in 2020, you've
with
made
fries?
your decision.
Seriously?
You've made your decision, and that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna besmirch you for making that decision.
That's true.
But I just say, like, personally, I don't like the McChicken sandwich.
I mean, I don't really consume fast food anymore either, and you're pretty much in the same boat as well. Because one, we work in a restaurant.
Like
two, we can cook our own food.
Sure.
Three, we know how to eat.
Yeah, I mean, like their artisanal chicken there are other chicken, like more premium sandwiches in there on their menu are significantly better than that. But I understand that like the McChicken sandwich is just, it's a loss leader. Like, you know,
Yeah.
just gets people to come in and maybe they'll spend their $3 and they're gonna have to. I don't think it comes like even it's a fries and a chicken sandwich. So someone is gonna get a drink and they're gonna make hella margin on that drink. So
yeah,
good for McDonald's.
and I think that's what
right.
it is.
You're gonna buy a dollar drink that costs 4 cents, and they're gonna be fine.
Yep. And for people not aware of what we're talking about, Sean and I know the numbers to purchase kind of said items in a restaurant, and syrup is what comes to our restaurants for like Coke products or Pepsi products. It's the syrup version that attaches to the CO2 machine.
Super concentrated.
Yeah, that gets fed through all the way into the machine. And I think like, I don't know, what do you say, like 2 ounces of this, 2 to 3 ounces of this stuff per like 8-ounce cup?
Yeah, easily.
If that, right?
Easily
if anything?
that. I mean, just think about it like this. When you go to, I would say yes, even like a fast food restaurant, right? Like you'll buy a 32-ounce soda for like $2, but you could go to the supermarket and buy a 2-liter soda for like $1.25. So you know that $3 bundle is designed for them to be able to sell you again 5 cents worth of soda, syrup, less than 5 cents worth of water, and maybe 3 cents worth of carbon dioxide, to sell it to you for $2. So it doesn't. Again, they could give you a larger fry. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
they could throw in another sandwich in there. It wouldn't. Or as long as they sell you that soda, they'll be fine. Or a coffee or whatever.
Anything beverage, because the beverages are so low margin, it's not even funny. I think the 5-gallon buckets that we get are like what, $40 or if that. It's nothing, and that lasts like 2-3 months if that. A couple other ones. How are your favorite fast food chains are changing their hours and policies amid the coronavirus? Now this was before. This was about 6 days ago. This is obviously after the whole. It depends what state you're listening in this to. My state, New Jersey, at 9 p.m. there's no stores open unless you do takeout or delivery, right? If you're a mom and pop shop, usually that's what you pertain into. Other than that, you're not open. If you're a corporation, you're closed, or maybe they are open. I have no idea. But I know most of the big corporations are closed for business after 9 p.m. Now they kind of list to you the restaurants that are open for kind of bit, but this is not updated for now. So this was last week. Okay, these are all open before. Now they're pretty much all closed 9 p.m. here in Jersey. I'm not sure they're in New York where you were, Sean, but
I mean, some of them are still open later, but the dining rooms are definitely closed. Like some of them are like taped off with caution tape, and like I was mentioning before, you know, the ones that are open for pickup, they do have like lines on the floor marked off, and you know, kind of people gating the amount of people that are inside. The thing I didn't see while I was there was like aggressive sanitizing. Yeah. You know, like when I went to pay, when I was mentioning we went to Popeyes before, I mean, I just used my phone and paid with Apple Pay. You know, just kind of waved my phone in front of the, you don't touch anything. So like I didn't have to touch it, you know. But again, everyone do their part.
Yep. And the last one of this is grocery stores are changing their hours now. If you're one of the big companies, Costco's, BJ's, I think in my town they're also closed by 9, but they're open earlier. So like usually they're open around like 10 o'clock. They're open. These guys are open at 8. Okay. So if you're one of those, you have a subscription, you want to go to Costco or BJ's here in New Jersey, in Bergen County. They are open at 8 a.m. for you to go into. Aldi, I'm not sure because I have a particular affinity to Aldi. I don't like them so much.
Aldi
Kroger's, there is one up north. I haven't been to it just yet. Target is open. Trader Joe's is open. I think almost all of these are open a couple hours earlier than it should, and they're no longer 24/7 if they are 24/7 like a Walmart or the ShopRite, just because of store curfews. But that's pretty much on the food news. There's nothing too much going on. I do want to share one last thing.
Sure.
Like I said, we are in video format. Sean and I do this every week. I just want to tackle one last time how to wash your hands.
All right, let's do
it. It is 20 seconds correctly. However, it's 20 seconds when you begin to lather your hands. Okay, when the soap hits your hands and you start to lather, that's 20 seconds. The whole act of it could be 30 or 40 seconds. So you have to turn on the water, get the stuff on, and then do this whole thing. But this by itself, to wash your hands, your fingertips, and everything else, that's 20 seconds. That's important. It's not just turn that on, count to 20 seconds, you're done. No, 20 seconds of this by itself. I know this is quite a new found thought, because for us in the kitchen, this is normal for us. We know this. For everybody else that's not aware or doesn't practice this as much as we do, it's 20 seconds of the lathering of the hands, that what we are referring to, the 20-second rule on to wash your hands. And then obviously don't touch your face, because this is the bad spot on your entire body that stuff can get into.
I have a question for you related. Do you still have that video that we shot for the old restaurant about hand washing? Would you release it?
Absolutely.
Can you release it? As a supplement? I don't know, maybe with minor modifications if you have to. But
I can. I think I can release it. Yeah. Oh, you know what we can do? I'll tweet it out tomorrow. I'll share it to our socials, and then that way maybe it'll go viral. You'll never know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, check it out. I mean, again, not for that, but just as a way for that information to get out there to the people. Yeah.
We at one point our company was doing a store-wide competition on some policies, but they needed a video recording of it. We decided to tackle one of our favorites, which is washing our hands. And we made a whole skit of it. Everybody was involved. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I'll definitely release that. And then I'll just bleep out things that can't be seen on it. Yeah. But it's easy. The magic of video nowadays is fairly simple. So, but yeah, not too crazy. Hopefully you guys stay safe. Stay home.
Yeah, that's it, man. Stay home.
Don't touch people. Okay.
Yeah.
Fist bump if you have to.
Yeah. If you have some time and you'd like to be entertained, you should read the coronavirus safe sex best practices released by New York City.
Okay.
Yeah. Because people got a lot of time on their hands.
Hey, man. There's gonna be some corona.
They're gonna do what adults do. So
in Christmas,
make sure that you are taking. Yeah, like I said, there's gonna be a whole bunch of corona babies sometime around Christmas, January.
Let's make a guess right now, Sean. How many of these babies do you think are gonna be named Corona?
There's gonna be a lot of Carls, Carolines, Corys, Corians.
Okay, tell you what. Yeah, we'll look at the consensus. We'll take a look at the consensus at December.
Corals. There's gonna be a lot of them.
Whatever else that kind of rhymes like it, we'll count it as a Corona baby.
Yes.
But if it doesn't, obviously we'll still count it because you're born in December. So you can't trick science and how your body works. So
booking a hospital a bed in in January is going to be a thing for all these early Corona babies.
for everybody else. But like I said, you can check all that stuff out here at Chef Salty Pork
Check us
Podcast on YouTube, only on standard definition right now. Not too crazy. You can check Sean over there at MetroCard X on Twitter. Any questions or anything else on AskChefSalty@gmail.com. I haven't actually gotten any emails in a while, but I would love to hear any of you guys' feedbacks, or if you have any recipes. We're all here to make. Oh, you know what? Even better. Everybody's in a quarantine. Everybody's asking for recipes to do. What better to ask two chefs how to cook? Like we will tell you how to do this. Will even,
provided I have the stuff here, I would have take pride in trying to make it happen and, releasing a video.
Yeah, there you go.
So.
Oh, snap. Sean's getting it. You can do it, dude. It's easy. TikTok makes it simple. I'm telling you right now. If I can invest stocks in TikTok today, I will do it. But currently it's in a third-party market, and I cannot as of yet, because if you can watch stocks right now, we're going down, but TikTok is going up.
We're in a precipitous free fall, Hold on to your money, folks.
Hold on to your money.
Buy some toilet paper.
That's quite a bit. All right, that's it. Nothing too crazy. We'll be back next week with another one, but other than that,
peace out, internet.